We're answering food questions from Reddit.
Welcome to Good Mythical More. People be asking questions on Reddit and we're gonna be answering them.
Because we be interested in answering them.
Yes, we be.
Uh-huh.
Starting with, what single ingredient instantly ruins a dish for you? Now we're not gonna drill down on these yet. We are drilling down on them so we can see like what the most popular answers are, but we'll attempt to discuss a little bit ourselves.
I would just like to brag on myself and say that I'm not letting cucumbers do that anymore. Of course, I have a long list of things.
Yeah.
But like, if I eat a salad, I'm no longer picking out the cucumbers.
Well, that's...
I'm not liking them. I do not like them. But I'm just trying to focus on the fact that it's just like a crunchy water packet.
Crunchy water packet.
You know?
With not a lot of taste.
With not a lot of taste. I don't like the taste, but I don't hate it anymore. Of course, I could say all types of things here. I'm curious if you have an answer.
Well, I don't want to cop out and say something like liver, you know, because that's obvious.
Like an ingredient that's in a lot of dishes and then it's like, oh, that's in there, I just can't do it.
You know something that I feel like never makes something taste better? Thyme. The seasoning.
Okay.
Thyme.
I know, but I can't say what it tastes like, actually.
I just think that maybe if it is, you know, mixed with a little, what's the Simon and Garfunkel song?
Parsley, sage, rosemary?
If it's parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, maybe it all works together. But there's been a couple of places, and Jesse feels the same way about this. There's been a couple of recipes that have had thyme in them. And then when we get them and we're like, what is this? And then we realize it was like, oh, it's that, there's a flavor in thyme. Flavor in thyme. Sounds like a band name. That'll do it for me. And the other thing, another spice that I'm not a huge fan of, cardamom. Anybody on?
What would that be
Anybody on the, like, this sweet has usually
People
like
are clutching their pearls back here.
kind of sweet, and it's like a cardamom, and I'm just not.
What is it in? Like, what is it you count on cardamom being in?
Not many things. Less things than time. What would cardamom be in? Like a fancy dessert? Yeah. Toffee or coffee? Coffee.
Yep. Okay, I know I wouldn't like that stuff.
I thought you might say olives because olives sneak their way into a lot of things. I feel like olives may be one of the top answers because I feel like it's in a lot of things and people don't like it.
For me, it's tomatoes I can pluck out. Olives, the good thing about an olive, I know there's like some juice that comes off of it, but they're pluckable. Even more so than tomatoes. Tomatoes ruin more dishes than olives for me because
olives leave a residue of olive taste.
Not nearly as much as a tomato does. The surface area of a tomato slice, if you do like the whole thing, it's like if it's on the bread, like that sandwich we got yesterday, I opened that thing up and it was like just, and then there's like, what am I supposed to do then? Pick out the seeds and all that stuff? And
you have said that the tomato is more about the texture and not the taste.
I've said a lot of things.
But the olive is such a, here's the thing. When I eat an olive, I can recognize why someone wouldn't like it. I love it, but it's such a specific thing and nothing tastes like it. Tomatoes is like, if this were on my burger or not on my burger, and I'm not thinking, I can't tell you if it was there or not because it doesn't, it's just a wetness. You know what I'm saying? Like
unless you don't like it. But I'm telling you that an olive is much more self-contained than a tomato.
What are people saying on the actual thread?
There's like a super Reddit-y answer that is the top one. I'm gonna skip that one. But like Miracle Whip and
Miracle Whip is
stevia.
not good.
Stevia's coming up a lot.
Okay, there it is. That's a good
lot of
answer.
people who don't like stevia or artificial sweeteners in general.
Yes.
And then there's a big conversation about cilantro that makes sense.
Okay.
And it's so hard to pick cilantro out because when they put cilantro in something, like a street taco, they put so much.
It shreds.
It's not a garnish. Mm-hmm. It's a freaking, they make it an entire, like a whole part of the taco. Why?
Because it's wonderful.
No.
And it's the only green thing in there. Okay.
I'm scientifically backed on that one.
What food has the most satisfying first bite? Well, let's talk about things that don't. A hot dog doesn't, because you get like hot dogs, burritos, all that. It's like the first bite is
Pizza.
You have to get past it. Pizza, you're eating the triangle at the end, and you might not get.
That's good. No, pizza's great first bite.
Well, not if there's not your topping that you want right at the tip.
Just go deeper.
That's real deep sometimes. You get a triangle in the back of the throat.
I also think a smash burger, because it's hanging over and the lace is only on
pretty good.
the outer bites. Those are my two answers.
But I would actually say that the more uniform the food, the more satisfying the first bite. I could have sworn you would have said pudding, because
But it's not different than any of the other bites.
but it's really satisfying. And I think every bite of pudding after the first one is not as good as the first one.
I don't think that's true.
Like, I think that if you can get a uniform thing,
The first bite of peanut butter out of a jar,
Yeah,
which we've built
bingo,
entire
exactly.
worlds around,
Yes.
is different than pudding, though.
and are people to consider pudding like are they thinking about like a prepared food in the same way? I don't know. I feel like anything like a sandwich that has edges to it is, even a burger. It's got to be a smash burger with the burger sticking out. That's too specific of an answer.
There's no rules.
It's not
to
a chicken bake. I just proved that.
it. Yeah, I actually broke it in half and started eating from the middle.
What food is not enhanced by cutting it in half? Like, it literally is great at the first bite. I think just like a whole salami. You know, just like a whole,
No, because
a
then
giant block of cheese.
You're eating the knot at the end of the salami.
No, I'm halfway. I'm eating in the middle. What are people saying about this?
There are some people that are on the same kind of page with you. They'll like crisp apple, ripe peach. There is a little bit of people like in the burger.
Yeah.
But
the ripe
number one,
peach.
with the most upvotes but zero comments, is just a pizza slice.
I like the ripe peach answer because there's something, there's a bite in the fruit, you never get that feeling of like just a complete breaking of skin on every all the way around.
And it's tough to come by because there's also a lot of mystery in a peach bite.
On
You
the
bite
other
into
end
an
of like the
apple-
fruit spectrum, someone said cold watermelon, where like it's a slice.
Yeah.
Okay. Fruit's really hard to get too excited about, though, if you're me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd rather go with the salami.
What
There was some good
food-
engagement on fried chicken.
Yeah, a really
Yeah.
good piece of fried chicken. That's nice. You
I
get
know
the
where I want
crispy.
to bite it at first, yeah.
Okay. What food has the most Oh, we just said that. What food is dangerous to buy because you'll eat the whole thing in one sitting? A pizza. Like, if you get if you're me and you get like a small pizza or even a medium pizza, sometimes you'll eat the whole thing if you're Rhett.
No judgment.
Like, if you get like you know how you get like a 12-inch personal pizza? Like, that's what they call that, a personal pizza, like at CPK. It's 12 inches. It's too much food. But,
Yeah.
if you get it, you'll eat the whole thing. It's dangerous, man.
Whenever we used to get a California Pizza Kitchen here, I would get the barbecue chicken pizza, and I would say I'm only going to eat half of it.
And then
But
you eat
then
the whole thing?
what I would want to do is I'd want to eat one more slice than half because it wasn't quite just overboard enough. But then once you go past that halfway point,
You can't.
then you're like, well, I'm not going to leave just that because now I have less than half.
You're proving my
so
point.
So then I got to eat the whole
even
thing.
you did that. So I don't even think we need to dig down. I think pizza
I would
is going to
say
be the
a
number one answer.
CPK pizza specifically is dangerous to buy. That's the answer.
What are people saying?
The number one answer with people varying on flavor, ice cream.
Oh, like
Yep. Ben and Jerry's pint. A pint of Ben and Jerry's is so dangerous
that's a good answer.
because it's not enough. Like when you take the top off and you're like, I'm not going to scoop this into a thing. I'm just going to start eating some of it. It's personal.
Especially if you got it for yourself.
Yeah, and then you're sitting there eating it, and you're just eating and eating and eating, and you eat more than half. It's the same exact thing, and you're like, well, I'm not going to leave that. I might as well just go all the way, because you don't want to open a Ben & Jerry's pint and have a third of it left.
No.
That
It gets
That is
weird.
just-
It gets weird on top.
It gets weird on top, and
in college, I didn't-
you need more than that.
I didn't think about this at all. I would get the Chunky Monkey from the C-store,
Yep.
and I would just sit down and eat the Chunky Monkey. Just the
The
whole
whole
thing. And without even thinking about it.
They have the smaller minis, but that's not enough.
No, I got to get several of those.
Maybe 2 of those. Maybe 3 of those. is the answer.
What's your favorite food to eat
Maybe
with
four
coffee?
of those is the answer.
Your favorite food to eat with coffee? I mean, it's hard to beat a donut, right? It's really hard to eat a donut. Not to eat a donut with coffee.
What do I eat? I mean, I typically don't eat
Yeah,
anything.
I have coffee first,
I don't eat anything
and I
with
don't
it.
have any food with it.
What do I eat with coffee?
A croissant?
I don't know, because I just don't like I don't like my coffee. I don't like to dip anything in my coffee because then I've got remnants of something in my coffee.
Well, you don't have to dip. You just got to eat it with.
And then I don't even want to. Probably just something like donuts for most people, but I prefer to drink it with savory foods. That's odd, yeah. That's odd. I mean, are people saying anything besides donuts?
Homemade pie. We got some other stuff. Someone
Okay.
said stroopwafel, which does sound good. I feel like you could probably dip that and it would be pretty tasty.
I don't think it would leave any remnants.
I mean, coffee cake was really a flop, culturally.
Oh,
Because you would think the thing people would be saying right now is coffee cake. It's cake that's made to eat with coffee, but
never.
when was the last time you had a coffee cake?
Yep.
Huh? When was the last time? Nobody even knows.
And you know what? I like a coffee
And they're
cake.
good.
Yeah, I do like
Isn't
it.
who
there
would
coffee
have-
in coffee cake?
A coffee what?
I thought there was coffee in coffee cake. Like
Well,
it
I
was
don't know
one of the
about that.
No,
ingredients.
it's not tiramisu.
But I'll tell you, my mama loved it. She loved a coffee cake.
It's like kind of like gooey on top a little bit. And it has those balls, little crusty balls.
Yeah, I don't know what those crusty balls are.
Oh, no, I like a good
They might be
crusty
coffee.
ball on my cake.
Okay, this is a question that many a middle schooler has asked another middle schooler. If you could only eat one cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Skip it. It's just tired. It's a tired question.
Because I feel like the people.
No one even answered it.
People
Only
cheat
64
on this
people.
question because people say things like soup, and soup is not a food. A type of soup is a food. You can't because then, and it's just like I could also say pizza. I know you're not eating pizza anymore, but pizza could be very satisfying because there's all kinds of different pizza. But I just feel like this question breaks down. It implodes on itself. Let's see what the two people let's see what these few people had to say about it.
There's a tie for Thai and Mexican.
Yeah, see, that's not. Oh, it's one cuisine. That's
Cuisine.
right. Okay. We missed it. We misunderstood this question.
Tie.
This is not a middle school question. This is a high school question, and that's why it was over our heads.
Yep. What's a food you were excited to try but ended up let down by?
I got one for this. I've never understood smash burger hype. It's just a cheeseburger.
Do you like burgers in general?
Yeah, like anyone else, but I eat it like this. Like I don't get the hype. It's just a cheeseburger.
You'd rather have a good steak than a cheeseburger?
I just feel like those aren't comparable. I feel like different times of day. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
are different types of times a day,
or
but
different meals.
I would say 9 times out of 10, I'd rather have a smash burger than a good steak.
If it's a perfect steak versus a perfect smash burger, perfect steak every time.
Yeah, to me, I can enjoy
Not me.
enjoy a steak, but then I kind of just start thinking that I'm just eating meat and nothing else, just with some seasoning on it, and then I'm kind of like, I want to change it up a little bit.
I know what you're saying, that like everyone builds up the smash burger and then when you eat it, it's like, well, it's a really good cheeseburger. But yeah, it is the best form of a cheeseburger. Unless you really want that like pink middle. You like the pinky?
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
is. That's why you're
Yeah,
where
some
you
people
are.
don't like that. Ironically,
This is your fault, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think my answer to this is Wagyu steak.
Oh, that's a good answer.
I went to a place that had
Yeah.
it, and we've had it on the show.
It's so pricey
Mixed
and
into
it's built
stuff,
up.
but I had like a straight up, like I think it was like the real deal Japanese A4, whatever the right terms are, and I ate it and I was like, I kind of just feel like I should have gotten a New York strip.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the answer.
You think that's the answer?
Yeah, that is the correct answer, but my attempt at the answer is those grapes that you flipped out about that tasted like something else.
Cotton candy grapes.
Cotton candy.
Yeah, that's my action. That's my honorable mention.
I didn't realize I got you excited about trying those.
I mean, yeah, I just felt like obligated to be excited.
Oh, I didn't think they were that good. I just thought they tasted like cotton candy.
And what about those that street food where it's candied fruits? Everybody,
Hulu?
yeah, we had that, and I just, I was. If you watch that back, I was acting. I was acting excited because I just felt obligated.
Oh, well, I
Didn't
got
like
to
it at
watch
all.
that back.
Yep.
What's the food you ate so much of growing up?
Hold on, we didn't get what. Do you want to know what people in the
Oh yeah, what do
comments-
people say about ended up being let down by?
The number one answer is dragon fruit.
Yeah,
It's
it
less that
sucks.
it's like overhyped. It's just that everyone was let down by
It looks so cool.
And then it tastes so bland.
It tastes very bland. It's pretty mild. There's so many just little like
Seeds.
black seeds in it. And
Yep.
then the other one was Turkish Delight. Everyone just agrees it's not worth selling out your siblings for.
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
I could agree with that. Okay, what's the food you ate so much of growing up that you just can't touch now?
This person said it was lunch meat for them.
I don't think I wore anything out.
How good are you?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything because I'd still eat a lot of bologna if it wouldn't kill you.
It wasn't growing up, but Chipotle. I just got really, and I think a lot of us here got burnt on some Chipotle. And independent of like all the criticism of like their proportions and stuff like that, it was just like I got tired of it. And I went away from it for over a year.
Are you back?
And I've recently gone back. It's if you're trying to pull over on the interstate and eat something that's kind of healthy, you end up, if you search for a Chipotle, at least you got something that is decent, But I'll tell you what I search for now if I can. When I think I need something that I feel like is healthy, is tasty and hearty, kava.
Oh, kava's the best.
Kava is getting it on.
I love kava.
It's so good. It's like the Mediterranean Chipotle.
Do you know that
Right.
they have a jerk chicken
Mascot.
thing? Oh no, that wasn't kava. That was alpaca. Remember alpaca? That was.
Alpaca's good too.
We don't have that around here, do we? It's only in
We
North
saw it back
Carolina.
in North Carolina. It's
But-
it's a fast food Peruvian chicken place. But don't you go up and they scoop stuff out? They can.
They can scoop if they want.
When we got off the plane at RDU, do we go to Kava or do we go to?
We've done both.
We've done both.
We've done both.
Yeah, and I think they both. You go inside and you point at things and they will put it on your plate.
That's more kava. That's more kava. And it's
I
very,
think it's
very good.
Both though. All right.
Okay, and finally, what's the perfect pizza topping combination?
This is basic kind of stuff here, guys. What's the perfect pizza topping combination? For me, sausage and cheese.
Onions?
Onions. Add the onions. I'll take them. Good for the complexion. Good to just moisten. Onions moisten your body. Right?
They do. Pepperoni, onions, black olives, and jalapenos.
Jalapenos take over, kind of.
Oh no, the pickled jalapeno? No. That's that right there,
Oh,
my
the
friend.
pickled.
The pickled jalapenos.
Yeah.
That combination, it doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't. I want it right now. What do people say? What's the most popular pizza?
You're kind of all over it. Sausage, green pepper, and onions was the one that everyone loved the most.
Yeah, I don't need the green peppers.
I got rid of the green peppers in mine too. I don't think they add a lot except color.
And it kind of permeates the whole pizza somehow.
They're a little strong
Yeah.
in a way that's a little bit not perfect.
Yeah.
I would never take a green pepper off of a pizza, but I would never ask for it to be on there. There's an analogy in there somewhere with like, you have friends like that, I won't ask you to leave, but I'll never ask you to come.
But you keep showing up. just like us.
Call him a green pepper friend.
See you tomorrow. The Randler Stained Glass Pen of the Month is available today only at mythical.com.